Hello all, it's the 24th of December 2017 here with Dan in Essex, UK. So I want to wish all my subscribers and viewers Happy Christmas. Only seems like yesterday that I did the Happy Christmas 2016 video, but time flies, as they say. So my channel's now at just over 2,000 subscribers. Of course, I'm very happy with that. By YouTube standards, it's a tiny channel, of course it is. But most important to me is that people that watch my channel, they learn something and that they enjoy it. You know, I don't know everything. I'm still learning a lot myself, and my videos are not the best produced on YouTube, but that's an area that I want to learn more about, maybe investing in a better camera as opposed to just this mobile phone that I always use for my videos. But these are all things that I'm considering for the future. But I get some lovely comments, and I do appreciate that, and people ask me questions and I try to reply, you know, give the best advice that I can. So thank you very much for that. The views sort of are down a little bit in the winter time, of course, because the majority of my views are in countries such as the UK for obvious reasons, and the US, and you know, we share the same sort of season timetable, if you want to call it that, and you know, so there generally tends to be less viewers at this time of year, but I expect that. And of course, in the spring, the views really do tend to shoot right up, because people are thinking more about the garden, getting ready for the season, etc. Now, got a few plans. You know, I've spoken a lot about getting another fruit tree, and I'm probably going to be getting a persimmon tree probably around January, February time. I want the variety Rojo Brilliante, I think that's how you say it. If you buy persimmon, otherwise known as Sharon fruit, in the supermarket, they do tend to be, you know, this variety. You can see it written on the packet there. So I'm going to probably be purchasing one of them, either that or another cherry tree, but spoke about that in the past, and again that will be a minaret because it will be going in the polytunnel. So yeah, and another series that I want to do is how to sort of raise cuttings, because of course I know that a lot of people that view my channel, they're not rich, neither am I, and doing things, you know, on a budget can be rather satisfying, and it can allow you to do stuff that your budget otherwise wouldn't allow you to do. For example, if you want to go down a garden centre and buy a bush for £15, yeah, it might be great quality and you might get fruit even that year, but at the same time, you know, you might be able to you might know somebody who's got a bush of that sort or a vine, and you might be able to take a cutting from it and totally for free, or do some swaps or whatever with something you've grown, and you can take your own cutting. Within the next few years you can be harvesting your own fruit totally for free. So that's one thing I want to do. So things like gooseberries, I mean, I know I've got videos on these already, but to just reinforce it, so gooseberries, red currants, white currants, and probably grapevine cuttings as well. That's something that I want to do. Done a bit of grafting in the past. Whether I do more grafting of apples this year, who knows, but I do give you guys, you know, brief periodic updates on grafts that I've done. For example, the Winter King apple tree, which has done very well indeed. And yeah, I want to get down the allotment more. I didn't do so much down the allotment as I would have liked, mainly because of time. Now, I got a good crop of cucumbers down there. The variety was Marketmore. Some butternut squash down there, and some marrows and tomatoes. So I didn't do bad, considering I was very limited on time this year that I could invest in the allotment, but I was still happy with the result. Had a great crop of cherries from the Stella Minaret in the polytunnel, and a great crop of peaches, variety, should know this, shouldn't I? Hang on a minute. Yes, it, variety Dixie Red. I just had to stop and think about that. My brain's probably switched off a bit for the Christmas holiday. So all sorts of things to consider. I'm looking at my Brussels sprouts plants right now, and I'm thinking about peeling some of them off. Here you go. Not looking too bad, really. Nice small one there. These are variety Fill Basket. And the thing about gardening is, like many things in life really, not all, but many, the decisions you make today can make your future tomorrow. and or at least help shape it. Of course, I set these sprouts in the spring. I may even have a video of when I grew them. I grew them from seed, and now reaping the rewards. So that's sort of a thought really, and going to be peeling these tonight, ready for tomorrow hopefully. Cook them nice and fresh. Spoke about cooking these with chestnuts, and that can be very nice indeed. So yeah, let's see how the next year goes with regards to gardening. There's a lot of uncertainty going on in the world. I'm not going to be bringing that up on this channel because this is a gardening channel. So yeah, lots of uncertainty, and sometimes in times of uncertainty, growing one's own food can become more and more important. And just discuss the news briefly. Read a report that food prices are shooting up, and I've noticed people say, oh yeah, food's got really expensive lately. I haven't noticed it, but my shopping bills have flew up. Now of course there is the time involved in growing your own veg, and I know that Brussels sprouts, funnily enough, are very cheap at this time of year, but it's still important. And as this channel grows, I just want to keep reinforcing that message, because basically my message is how important growing one's own food is, and I aim to help people learn how to do this, because it's something very close to my heart, if you want to call it that. I mean, my great-grandfather, I believe, used to walk behind a plough pulled by a shire horse, and that wasn't that long ago, probably less than 100 years ago, and he used to be able to grow enough food to feed him and his wife and their 5 children. Of course, times were different then. People maybe had more time to spend on growing one's own, but just the health benefits of homegrown excuse me, fruit and veg are there. So happy Christmas, we will speak soon, and enjoy yourself. All the best.